and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth.
Right. The two witnesses is Judah and Israel.
Right.
Right. Northern kingdom, southern kingdom, northern kingdom. Judah, southern kingdom, Israel, northern kingdom. Right. The two witnesses, and he'll give them power to prophesy. Right, for a time. Right. That's when they say what time they said they are?
200.
Bring the camera a little closer to me. 200 and what?
Salakia.
Just keep it right and just bring it closer. Go ahead,
Salakia.
No, you twisted it. You're a little shaky.
Nah,
yeah, you're a little shaky. I'm tired of looking right here.
No, the thing is in the front.
So how come you didn't shake? Come on, bring it in now. Bring it in. You don't bring it in. Bring it in. Get up close and personal. No sweat. That's the one. No work, Barab. You know, lightning don't be straight. You know, like all over the place.
The front of the thing is not even going straight.
I don't know. I listen. You're an officer and you blaming on an inanimate object.
I would keep the
You see that commercial? That tree moved. Go ahead, read from the please. Right, just the part with the time that was prophesied.
1,260 days.
All right, is the Facebook still on?
Nah, sir.
It's done. Right, so they were given power to prophesy 1,260 days in a long time. Right, a long time. You know, a day for the Lord is like 1,000 years for us. It's as like, meaning a very long time.
Right.
He gave us power to prophesy. The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. And that's what you see in the UPK.
Right.
You see Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, I.S.U.P.K, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, everybody up in here now. Asher up in here. You get the point?
Okay.
And given power to prophesy for a time. And that's what we're doing. That's what Kodash went out there and did.
That's right.
He went out there and prophesied, brother.
That's right.
Prophesied against this kingdom. Go ahead.
Clothed in sackcloth. Verse 4. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. Verse 5. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out their mouth.
Right. And if any man will hurt them, fire will proceed out of their mouth.
Right.
Meaning, brother, what's the judgment that going to come from the Lord is going to come from what?
The prophecy of the 2 candlesticks.
That's it. The mouth of the prophet.
That's right.
The mouth of the prophet is going to say earthquakes, plagues, storms, more terrorism. Release all the terrorists. And what was happening? What was happening all over the earth? All in Australia. The terrorists went in the mosque.
Right.
Do you know that? Do you understand that?
Yep.
He went in the mosque with the full Call of Duty shit.
Right.
Reload them out. And start picking them off one by one.
Okay.
Then we said what? Release all the plagues.
That's right.
All the plagues. And now we see plagues start coming.
Right.
Because they hurt Israel.
Right.
And now fire is proceeding from the mouth of Israel.
Right.
Nothing Ghana do. They're down there in Ghana trying to save heathens. Right. Fire ain't coming out of their mouth. They're purple faggots.
Nah.
You get the point?
Right.
While they're there trying to convert some heathen and teach him shalom. Brother, listen, that's... Oh, Lord. I seen some heathen try to say the salute. I think the only thing more painful than his brother's death is that it's dishonorable.
Yeah, constantly.
That you take the little thing we have,
right,
and you give it to some other nation who have so much more than us.
Right.
You know what would happen if one of these cops goddamn kill one of these Africans? It's going to be a problem, brother.
Right.
It's going to be a literal problem. Pick any African country and see what will happen.
Right.
But you take the little thing we have, this little precious thing, the oil and the wine, and you go give it to them.
Right.
All right. So how Brock say no more? Go ahead.
So like just off like a small sidebar, like you said, you kill any one of these Africans, like you said, pick any one. They kill like Akon something. All of Wakanda is going to come after them. All of Wakanda. All of Wakanda.
That's how any heathen is going to be a problem, but we don't have that power.
Right.
And the only power we have is the laws in this book and the brotherhood we have. That's the only thing. The only problem, the only difference is that's all we need.
Right.
That's all we need. Keep reading.
and devour their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. Verse 6.
Right? And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. What does that mean? Come on,
So, if you mess with this nation, there's repercussions behind it.
Read one more time.
And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out their mouth and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed.
Right? If any man will hurt them, what is it talking about? You get that phone up. I think this Facebook acting funny. You might have to get that phone up. Because that thing with the what is it? The other, you had to download the other browser or some shit like that.
It's happening on here too.
That's crazy.
God.
That's crazy. Them bastards. 1 week is working fine.
I go live for my Facebook, sir, if you need it.
I know, Barack, you come in with the lightning. I know you play. You know, you're going to play. Come on, everybody. Anything?
If any man basically try to bring harm against the prophets, then he will be killed.
By who? You right?
By the prophets.
Yes and no.
Well, I mean, I was going to say about the Lord, but the part that I wanted to ask, when it says it shall be killed in this manner. So is it referring to, like, when we speaking, like you just said, like, bring more plagues, here come the plagues, bring this, and you harm these men, this is how you shall die, by the same words that they spoke.
Yes.
This is how you shall die.
Go ahead, Lightman. Go, give him a hand. He's like, give him a hand. Go ahead. Excuse me, Barack, for getting in the way of your applause. Who am I? To question your applause. Give him a hand. He's a special one. You get the point? But it's that. You understand? It's that. The general always tell the story about how them New York cops would harass brothers so much in the camps and give brothers tickets and citations.
Right.
And then 9/11 happened and they all ran to the towers and died.
Yep.
And they went to court and all them cops ain't showing up because they're dead.
Right.
You get the point?
Right.
They're dead. And what? What are we going to say? We're going to mourn? For what? You know what? Is either what? I rejoice or well, I'm supposed to be happy that I missed a court date with you when I could go to Rikers? No. No problem.
Bagpipes.
In that same manner, you're going to die. You understand? In that same manner, you are going to die. It's not a problem. It's not a huge issue. These devils got the day coming now. They got the day coming. Keep reading up, Arawadi.
Come. Verse 6. These have no power. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood.
Read it again.
Verse 6. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues, as often as they will.
What does that say?
So, the plagues that keep coming, as long as you keep disrespecting.
A little bit more. Yeah, give me a little bit more than that. Hold on. Maybe this is. Go ahead, Barack.
I'm gonna keep shooting, sir.
Oh shit! He's on fire.
Nah, I'm just and when it's in the beginning of verse 6, when it says these have power to shut heaven, meaning like these plagues, what it is that these prophets are speaking, they have power to shut this kingdom down. They have like the prophecies that we bringing out when the beginning of that verse. If I'm not correct, then I'm asking that as a question. These have power to shut heaven, and heaven being the kingdom. These, like just how COVID shut down America. Is that what the beginning of that verse is talking about?
It's okay. Think like this. Think like to shut up heaven means no rain is falling. Like how we have a term saying make it rain.
Right.
Like in the scriptures, rain is symbolic of blessing. Right? It's symbolic of blessing. I'm not talking what it is, but even rain is a blessing because you grow in crops. Mm-hmm. So if heaven is shut up, that means what? Ain't no rain falling. Ain't no rain.
Ain't no business.
Ain't no bread. Ain't no money. Ain't like make it rain. You get it? It's the same spiritual. I make it rain. It's spiritually the same thing. You get the point? So he's saying now these men have the power to shut up heaven. You get the point? These men have the power to make shit stop. To make it stop. Be careful. Right? I think it was you asked me the other day about prophecy. How does prophecy work? Prophecy works one of two ways. Either the Lord gives you a vision and you say it and it happens, or of course the what you read and you say bring in all the prophecies of the Bible, or because of your rank and authority in the work of the Lord, you will say something and he will honor it because you said it.
Right.
You understand? Like he will honor it just because you said it. There's examples of this in the Bible. Lazarus, when Yahawashi reached a little bit late and Lazarus died, right? What did he say? He said, Lord, let your power be shown, not for my sake, but for these people. You get the point? The Lord honored that shit right there. With was Elijah? Elijah with the prophets of Baal, when he called fire down from heaven. You get the point? That was the Lord honoring. There was no record of that. Moses didn't write about Elijah doing that. You get the point? But in that day, in that instance, Elijah said, listen, we're going to see whose God is real. Put your stuff there and call fire down.
Right.
They didn't happen. Elijah said, listen, this is our stuff. Soak it with water. He says, so bring water. You know why he said bring water?
Because you can't set something that's
so they can't say that he set his own thing on fire. And Elijah called on the Lord honored Elijah and burned that thing up. And in that day, the Lord was triumphant. You understand? Go ahead.
Same thing with Moses and Korah.
With Moses and Korah, when they came up against it. You get the point? Because of who you are, the Lord could honor it. The Lord could honor it, so be very careful. You understand? You come in with guns and bombs and diseases and legislation and your justice system. A priest might just say, you go home tonight and bury your children and your wife. And you laugh, ha, 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 and go home and meet everybody stiff. It could happen. It could definitely happen, brother. You get the point? This is not a joke, especially in this time in here. Keep reading.
Verse 7. And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them and shall overcome them and kill them.
Right? So what's going on here? Right? It's not working?
When in the beginning, when it says, and when they shall have finished their testimony, meaning when the prophets, they, they done spoke their peace, they went out there and blazed, and they prophesied the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit, talking about, the devil, the colonizer, shall make war against them as they have such in these, last however many years, and shall overcome them and kill them. Is this talking about, I don't want to say in a certain time frame, but as it's going on today, as they've as they doing today, like how they overcoming it, they killing us today in that same way. Like we prophesying, and just like Salaki, like a warrior brought up yesterday, the type of hardships that we bear, they still killing us. You know what I'm saying? They overcoming us. Though it is, this like I'm rambling.
No, you on it. You definitely on it. It is talking about a certain period of time, literally, and then now in the spirit. Because of course, what happened in Yahushua, remember, they was prophesying against This devil. And then after, what happened? They killed Christ. Nero Caesar killed Peter. They cut John the Baptist's head off. They put Paul in prison. They put John in prison also on an island in Patmos. They killed a lot of the prophets. You understand? They killed a lot of the prophets. So it's that time. Now is not our time to die.
That's right.
That's that back then.
That's right.
Now is our time to watch them die.
That's right.
You get the point?
Right.
This is the time we're in now. But that's where they prophesied for a time, and then that serpent came right back. That dragon came back and killed us. You get the point? So if you want to look at a time period, you can look right after Yahushua. You get the point?
Salagi. And is when you say if you want to look at the time period, you can look right after Yahushua. Would that be verse 7? Because once I'll read on to verse 8, and it talks about America like.
You understand? That's what I'm saying. So there's a literal time of it, and then there's a spiritual time of it. Okay. You understand?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Because of course we prophesy now, they ain't killing us. You get the point? Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 8.
But they're killing us though at the same time.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
All right. You understand? Go ahead.
Hey, I understand it, but just to bring out the point where it says where also our Lord was crucified, just like the general brought up, Jeremiah brought up as far as DC. I missed Philly. I missed it on the tape, but as far as DC, that's one of my questions. But DC
Philly is Corinth.
Corinth. Okay, I missed it. You said it too fast when it's a lot. But DC was like modern day Rome. When it say which also our Lord was crucified, would it mean that like the same things was going on, like the condition of our people type thing? When it says which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
What do you mean the same thing of our people was going on?
Meaning the same conditions, like the same, just like when Christ was walking the earth, he had these fake Israelite groups, he had the same, there's nothing like was new under the sun. When it say
you asking about the spiritually Sodom and Egypt part?
And then right there, and then when it says, well, also our Lord was crucified, but it's talking about which our body shall shall lie in the street of the great city. And that's talking about America. Well, also our Lord was crucified, meaning spiritually that Christ was dealing with the same type of people as we are.
Okay, so it's once again there's literal and there's the spiritual part of it, right? Our bodies was laid in the street where? Jerusalem, in Rome, in Galatia. You understand? We was being killed over there. You get the point? In the same place, Yahushua was crucified. You get the point? Our bodies are laying here. Rome was what? Spiritually what? Sodom and Egypt, same way. You get the point? Our bodies are laying here now. America is what? Spiritually what? Sodom and Egypt. Why?
Egypt,
come on.
Egypt for the bondage, and then Sodom for the wickedness.
Sodom for the homosexuality.
Okay,
you get the point? For the homosexuality, which is wickedness.
Right.
Egypt because of the bondage, and of course, America's structure is after Egypt, which is after Rome.
Right.
America's structure is after Rome, which is after Egypt. It's the same thing. Right. And our body is spiritually lying in the street and physically. You understand? Spiritually lying in the street and physically. Explain. Rob, you alone in class tonight, boy. God damn. They're looking at you like, go ahead, Jordan, score.
No split. You want to let Booby split. But physically, as just like George Floyd, physically, like we are like lying dead in the streets. Physically, our blood is on the streets, is physically, and then spiritually, meaning like we've been broken down to such a small piece of just not giving a damn about
simpler. We're spiritually dead. We're walking around Christians, Muslims. We're just walking around and we're spiritually dead in the streets. Our bodies lay in the streets. You understand?
Right.
Lay in the streets. Listen, Michael Brown, they shot Michael Brown. I think they didn't cover him for 2 hours. His body was just dead in the streets out. They didn't put something over him for about 2 hours out. He's just laying dead in the streets.
Right.
You get the point? Right? Where our king also was crucified. Explain that part. Explain that part. Come on. Like, I'm about to crucify these patties right here, boys. It says bring some gold next week. Hell. I'm gonna levitate. I'm gonna float and teach. Come on, our
Meaning, right in the same area, the same conditions that we was going through then, going through now. Our king was killed then.
But okay, our dead bodies laid in the streets then and now. Our king was killed then, and he's killed now. How? Come on.
Because of the oppressor, the fakeness that he put on our king, the image of the beast.
They assassinate Christ every day. They destroy him every day. Come on, I was gonna say.
I was gonna say, like, I might be offered the precept, but just in the context where Christ had asked the Lord to make him as so as his brothers, and to like pretty much in the spirit of like you said it in the perfect word, so it's all for me to come after it. But when you just said like
and he's still gonna try.
Crucified, but
he's still gonna try.
Come, he's killed. Christ is killed or crucified every single day. And Christ go through the same thing as us. I forgot.
No, not in that context. I mean,
okay.
I mean in Christianity is killing Yahushua.
Right.
Okay.
You understand?
Right.
Christianity is killing Yahushua. Christians kill Yahushua every day.
Right.
You understand? While we out there putting life into him, Christians make sure he's crucified every day.
Right.
You understand? By their sin. He is crucified. Give me the scripture.
Hebrews 10:29, sir.
Let me hear
it. Hebrews chapter 10.
Hit this twice.
Oh, okay.
Not the one in the middle.
Hebrews 10, chapter 29. Of how much sore punishment, suppose ye, shall he be thought worthy?
Didn't hit it the first time.
Who have trodden under the foot the Son of God, and have counted.
Go ahead.
It's like Hebrews chapter 10, verse 29. Of how much sore punishment, suppose ye, shall he be thought worthy, who have trodden under the foot the Son of God. And
how much more worthy should you be counted,
right,
who have trodden underfoot the Son of the Most High, which is Yahushua, right? No. You're trodden underfoot, meaning you're walking all over it. Right, go ahead.
And have counted the blood of the covenant, wherewith he was sanctified, and an holy thing, and have done despite unto the Spirit of grace.
Right? He was sanctified, a holy thing, meaning he was made clean. Right. But he say that to the last part?
Wherewith he was sanctified, an unholy thing, and have done despite unto the Spirit of grace.
Right? He was sanctified, an unholy thing. And despite, say that again?
And despite unto the Spirit of grace.
And despite unto the Spirit of grace. What is the Spirit of grace? Huh?
Sorry, if I may, sir.
Go ahead.
Mercy, like giving the people the time to do the right thing, to come back to the laws.
Right. So they have the Spirit is there's a certain time they're gonna have to get right. We're gonna have to get right.
Right.
But they're doing things against the Spirit of grace. Meaning what? And anymore, that's it.
That's it, sir.
That's good, but that's not the one-on-one. But what does that mean? They're doing things against the Spirit of grace.
Like, because I just said, like, the grace with the mercy, like, you're doing things against, you're doing things against.
Okay, what?
You against the Lord.
All right, give me a question.
Okay, I'm thinking it's like you're taking grace for granted, like it ain't nothing.
So that was what does that mean? ROI.
It's not breaking the laws.
Yeah. That's why I say spiritually we dead, being what? Christians and Muslims.
Right.
Being Democrats and Republicans.
Right.
Spiritually, we're dead. And we taking this thing for granted. You get the point? We just is whatever. The scripture I'm looking for is they crucified Christ anew, or you crucified Christ afresh. I forget the exact word. That's what I want. Crucified, you have crucified Christ anew, or you have killed Christ anew. Let me see. Crucified Christ anew.
Hebrews 6:6, sir.
What does it say?
Hebrews chapter 6, verse 6. if they shall fall away, to renew them again unto repentance, seeing they crucified to themselves the Son of God afresh,
right?
And put him to an open shame.
Right? That's how every day
Right.
Christ dies in this kingdom.
Come on, sir.
You understand? You crucify Christ afresh.
Right.
You understand? You crucify him anew and you put him to open shame.
Right.
Again, that's why nobody respects the Bible. The Bible is a joke today. Why? Because Christians don't keep the law.
Right.
Christians just live however. And you want people to take that shit serious? You crucify Christ anew every day.
Right.
And he's lying dead in the streets here. You get the point?
Right.
Keep reading. Who have it? Revelations 11.
Revelation, verse 9.
Go ahead.
Revelations 11 and verse 9. And they of the people and kindreds of and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Read one more time.
Verse 9, Revelations 11, verse 9. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and they shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Hold on 1 second. It's crazy. Man, tomorrow night class gonna be off the hook. We're gonna be off the chain. Y'all don't forget, tune into Black Watch tonight. Go to YouTube right now if you don't know it. I.S.U.P.K. Go just look up I.S.U.P.K. Black Watch. Subscribe to that channel. Hit subscribe, hit that link, hit that bell. Make sure that notification is on.
That's right.
General, listen, brother. Listen, brother. That's pretty. You don't get your mind blown out. You blow your mind. Like, oh, you saw this? How you do that shit? You're gonna get up on a level with this video here. Right. And of course, tomorrow night scripture breakdown class live from headquarters, Jeremiah Hyman. Brother, you're gonna get readjusted in your spirit and your mind about this whole situation with this brother that was absolutely unfortunate.
Right.
Absolutely unfortunate. You get the point?
Right.
Read that last scripture again now. Salak.
Revelations 11, verse 9. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Where's that scene? Come on. Well, nah, you can't be looking around now. Like you was informed on the night.
No sweat.
Right? No sweat. Come on.
Okay, so like
youth, boy. Youth is a listen now. If I can get youth in a can, I'll just drink it all day long. You get that youthful spirit, brother. There's no fear. There's no thought of the morrow. Just go ahead and just get it on. It's a good day, brother. It's a good day to be you, bro. I'm trying to tell you. When you get that dinosaur over here, you're gonna be like, shit, where did that time go? Go ahead, young blood.
I mean, if I'm wrong, you correct me. But verse
you're good.
All right, so like, but verse 8 was talking about their bodies shall lie dead in the street. And verse 9, and they are the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half. Is that referring to? And they the people, is that referring to the heathens? Or
read the rest of the verse.
And shall not suffer their bodies to be put in graves.
I shall not suffer. Read it again. Slow down, young buck. Slow down.
And shall not suffer the dead bodies.
Okay then. All right. Come on.
To be put in graves.
Yeah, pause now, right?
I just want to get it right. So like,
come on with it.
In other words, they're not gonna care. They're gonna see your bodies later, just like we do at camp. They said we do at camp. A brother over there, they just walk past. They'll leave you there, just like with Michael Brown. They left you there uncovered. They'll see your dead bodies.
Okay, and okay, yeah, I don't understand the metaphor. They're gonna leave the bodies and not put the dead bodies in graves. What's that mean?
It's like a dishonorable. It's like it's nothing about it. We're not even honored in death.
That's it. Remember, to bury somebody is honorable.
Right.
Like that's the biggest thing after a birth.
Right.
You know what I mean? People, go broke, loans for a coffin.
Yep.
And a funeral that, pictures and videotape, bro. I remember I was so young. And they arguing with this photographer back in Trinidad about the videotaping the funeral. And I'm there like, why would you want to watch this again? In my mind, like, you know what I mean? Because you lose a relative. I'm a young boy, right? And I didn't see anything going on. I'm heartbroken. And they arguing with this damn photographer. And I'm like, for the life of me, bro, I swear I just went back in the spirit. And I'm like, why in the hell would you want to watch this?
Yeah.
But that's what our people do. You get the point?
Right.
That's what our people do. Yeah, I ain't trying to change it. Don't film me.
Yeah, right.
Put me in the ground and keep filming me when I'm alive. When I'm dead, just keep going up. But the funeral is a big thing for us. It's, but putting them in the ground, right, proper. Giving him a proper send-off. That's right. Doing her right on the way out. Right. We big into that. It's paying respects. Showing respect. In our death, those around of all the kindreds and nations and tongues, they won't even respect us in our death. What crystallized that brother's death for me is 2 points. When he started crying for his mother, not crying, but yelling out for his mother, I was like, well, he's definitely, the oxygen is low now. Right. He's delusional now. And then that filthy, stinking Chinese copper. Yeah. With a dead looking face, like nothing to see here. Right. Officer Wuhan. Right. That day, it totally sent something to my spirit, like 2 weeks ago, nobody would have stood next to your slanty-eyed bastard ass. Right. Because you was full of coronavirus. Right. But you standing there like this is a piece of filth on the ground. Right. It drove something home, brother. Our life don't matter. So be careful what you're doing with your life now. Right. Be careful with it. Be careful the decisions you make. If you understand now that your life don't matter, there's only one way to make it count, which is in the Israelite school at UPK. That's right. You come in here and get amongst these ranks, your life means something. That's right. Your life means something. You understand? Yeah, right. We're doing food drives all over. Big up Captain the Gal Goodbye in St. Louis. Right. 13,000 pounds of food out. Right. While some purple faggots is over there trying to save Ghana. Right. The Goodbye is feeding the people who nobody cares about. That's right. In the middle of COVID. Him and his ribs. All of them up in there. They're feeding Israel and his soldiers up in there. Right. Feeding Israel. Right. And big up the brothers working in the prison department. Right. That's writing brothers back and forth. Right. Raising up officers in the prison. Right. One brother just came out. He came in the truth. And his old man had business in the court. Went to court, they say he had to go in for a couple of years. That brother ain't flinch, flex, nothing, break, nothing. He said, no sweat, I'll be back. Right. Went in, did his couple of years, and is back out now strong and solid and purposeful, while you purple faggots over there trying to save Ghana. Right. Yes, and our people are dying on the streets of what is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. That's right. Is Ghana Sodom and Egypt spiritually? No. Is Nigeria spiritually Sodom and Egypt? Well, what the hell are you doing there then? What are you doing there? Right. Our bodies will be laying in the streets of a place that is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Right. And nobody would care about our death. Is that happening over there with the Igbo? Nigga. But you wasting time over there. Right. I'm glad you're over there. That's right. I got more room to flex now. Oh, God. I got less purple. Good. Right. I'm glad you're over there. Go over there and get stuck with the next few plays. I'll save my brothers over here. That's right. You get the point? Our people die in total disrespect. Right. Total disrespect in death. Like that Arbery case, like they released tapes of this brother after the fact. He shoplifted here. He did something here. He got tased. I watched the tape. He got tased. The cop fired the taser. The brother just did this here. Just throw the shit away. Like he's so strong. And one thing I give that brother props for, he was no punk. Nah, sir. That brother was not no punk. For a man, he was not no punk. Yeah, okay. He tell them officers, he on his knees. He's like, listen, man, I work 6 days a week. I got 1 day off. Right. What's your? And he complying. That's right. But then the cop after is like, you know, well, he didn't do it fast enough, so we had to tase him.
Yeah.
I'm like, you was an animal, man. He ain't do it fast enough. What crime he commit?
Oh, Salami, sir. The taser malfunction.
That's what it is?
It malfunction.
I don't know. I've seen cops tase brothers before, and the thing going clack, 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 and the brother looking like, and just pull the shit off. So if it malfunction, fine. In my mind, they tried to tase him, and he was just stronger than the taser. Hell, that he gonna die in with respect in my mind. Just F that damn taser, man. Go ahead.
So like I heard you bring out a camp before too. It was absolutely heavy. Like we in the world, Jake in the world is destroyed, and we might do some things, might actually commit some type of crime. You know what I'm saying? Might shoplift or whatever the case may be. But you said it before, like just because the brother didn't pay a parking ticket, don't mean he got to die.
No.
It don't mean you got to.
Okay, that's what they're arresting for, a parking ticket?
No, I was giving an example. Like the crime that it is that they might bring out, he shoplifted. That means you got to shoot that man in front of his daughter.
Listen, Dylan Stone Roof's still alive, man. He killed 9 people with several magazines.
Right.
Which means he done, fired a ton of shots. Commander Yohanna always bring it up. Lord knows what he did to the bodies in there. Sick old devil. You know how they're sick. It was John T. Holmes, James T. Holmes, aka the Joker, the one who shut up the movie theater in Aurora, right? He's still alive, Right. And he was a PhD student. He was, how could he claim insanity? He's still alive. When the cops arrested him, his trunk was full of automatic weapons. The car was weighed down.
Right.
Anybody know what happened when they went to his house? You don't remember? He was living in an apartment complex. The shit was wired to blow with C4.
Yeah, that's right. Go.
He's still alive.
Yeah, go.
The other one in Philly, I can't remember his name. Not Philly, Pennsylvania. Some devil who was a ranger. He lost his mind. That's what they say. And started sniping devils from the mountains. He would come down close to the roadway, snipe one of them and run back up in the hills. They had a manhunt for him. They brought him in with a broken nose. I think he killed like maybe 4 or 5 cops. White man. Don't tell me nothing about this dude is resisting or he owed child support or parking ticket or he driving. I don't care if it's a DUI. If you taking these devils in, right, surely you can take this black man in unless he's just like a pit bull. And nobody cares if you kill a pit bull.
Right.
You understand? The little Hispanic boy running from the cops, he come around the corner of the house with his hands up.
Yep.
And they finished the guns on him.
Yeah, go concert.
And after he was done, walked up on him and double tapped still. Like, how does that even translate into anything for us? Like, this is high time to awake. Give me that in the Apocrypha, please. Hold on. We done with Revelation? Give me high time in the Apocrypha. Whoever, somebody else. Ecclesiasticus 7. It's high time to awake out of sleep. Right? You awake out of drunkenness. Hold on. I might be able to find. What else we have in Revelation?
Sir. Verse 10. And they shall dwell upon the earth.
And they that
dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry and shall send gifts one to another, because these 2 prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
Right? So now in the same vision, we are going to make merry. You know why? Who knows why? Go ahead.
Sir. Justice. We're going to get justice.
We're going to be merry because what Kodash Zion did went out there and tormented them devils. Right. He tormented them. Give Kodash Zion a hand, brother. For doing a strong hand. Our brother is an excellent brother in this truth. Humble, helpful like a mother. Helpful. He went to Trinidad with me, brother. Was helpful. Absolutely helpful. He went out there and tormented them, brother, he went out there and spoke.
Right.
Stood up for that brother when nobody else could or would. and spoke out for him, and a devil came up and kissed his feet, kissed his boot.
Right.
He said, all right, you want me to do it? No problem, I'm going to do it. Because why? Why did the devil agree to kiss his boot?
He was tormented.
He was tormented by what this brother was saying.
Right.
He wanted him to stop.
Right.
So in order to make him stop, all right, I'll kiss your boot. Now stop.
Right.
Nah, nigga, I ain't stopping.
That's right.
More you'll have to come up here and kiss these boots.
Right.
That's what this is. You get the point?
Right.
And don't nobody, listen, anybody try to second guess if this Bible is real or not. You show them.
Right.
You understand? This Bible is a living, breathing book.
That's right.
Your life is in here. All right? What do I want now? Who found it yet?
I got it, sir.
Where is it?
It's in Romans 13:11.
Now, the one I want is the Apocrypha. Let me hear that one.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
Right? It's high time to awake out of sleep. What sleep? Go ahead.
As you said earlier, the Christianity, the Christianity, the Islam, the religion, the culture
Spiritually
of America,
dead. Spiritually dead. You understand?
Right.
Like your dead sleep, he's dead asleep. It's now time to wake up. It's no time to come alive. You understand? Not to come alive and go build them a Rite Aid. I see them brothers breaking up them cop cars, and I ain't gonna stop them. I ain't gonna tell them go do it, but I ain't gonna stop them. I understand. They're frustrated. They're frustrated. They you know, it's hard to see something like that happen. It's absolutely hard to see something like that happen, and they're frustrated. But that's not gonna help nothing. You really want to wake up and you really want your life to be of some effect, you come find the Israelite School of UPK. You in Minnesota tonight, you go find Dash Zion, go to I.S.U.P.K. Minnesota on YouTube.
That's right.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Give me Minnesota's number. Hold on. Minnesota, I.S.U.P.K. Minnesota, 651-502-6068. 651-502-6068. I.S.U.P.K. Minnesota. You angry about what happened to George Floyd and you really want this thing to stop? You come join the brothers up there in Minnesota, man. You come find the Israelite School of UPK.
That's right.
Under command General YAHANNA, and find purpose for your rage.
That's right.
Having rage is not a sin.
Right.
Rage without purpose, brother, it could make you sin.
Yeah.
But rage with purpose brings kingdoms down.
Right.
It brings kingdoms down to their knees, brother.
Right.
That's history. Rage with purpose is a dangerous thing. Dangerous thing for any oppressor. And in the UPK, our rage is purposed. It's purpose. It's Jay-Z said it's resold, reopposed, and redriven. This here is repurposed rage. You come in here and you find an outlet for that rage. Right now it's this microphone. When Christ returns or when Christ gives the order, it's going to be at the end of a sword.
That's right.
You get the point?
That's right.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, I'm right.
Ooh-wee. I hope it's in my lifetime, brother. I hope it's in my lifetime. You get the point? Read again that. I think the one I want is in the Apocrypha. Go ahead.
Couple, sir. Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
Right? Now it's time to wake up. Our salvation is much nearer than we believe, than we understand.
Right.
Our salvation is so much nearer. While this is going on, Iran just sent, I think, 4 tankers to Venezuela to give Venezuela gas. Because America done sanction Venezuela. Venezuela has oil, but they don't have the additives and the different parts they would need to put oil in their refineries to make gas. So Venezuela been without gas for the past year, which means cars can't get around. People who have farms can't bring the meat to town. Food ain't getting around. Milk ain't getting. Doctors can't go to different places.
Right.
You shut gas off of a country, brother. That's damn near it.
Yeah,
you get the point? You don't know how to do much else. You affect how the mode of transport in this modern time. It's not like somebody get a horse and buggy and make it happen.
Right.
It's done. Iran said no problem. We're gonna send some ships down there. Right. America send a message to Trinidad, say, y'all better not let no Iranian tanker dock in your harbor.
Right.
They've been putting pressure on Trinidad for the last month down there, saying how they broke the sanction, threatening Trinidad with sanctions. Trinidad leader is like, listen, y'all ain't the boss.
Right.
United Nations runs the world.
Right.
Despite what y'all say, that's just America's rules. That ain't have nothing to do with us. We honoring our agreement with Maduro. He's the real leader.
Right.
That's a democratic process they went through, and he won. What he want? Iran sent some tankers to Venezuela with gas, brother. The first one went straight there. The second one was accompanied by fighter jets. Now, Iran is what? With Russia and China.
That's right.
America doesn't like that, brother.
Right.
They doesn't like that. While they're murdering us in the streets, while we building this kingdom, they are getting ready to go to war.
Right.
You get the point? They are getting ready to go to war. Kim Jong-un, whether he alive or dead or is a clone, I don't know. You get the point?
Right.
All of these things is happening. It's happening all at once because what? Now is the beginning of our salvation. Now is the time for us. Go ahead, Kazak.
So, like, if I may, and oil, you need oil for electricity as well.
2nd Ezra 9.
Come on.
So wow, God damn. Shit. That was in scripture too. Yeah, say that again.
You need oil for electricity too, sir.
Exactly. You need that for them turbines, unless you have them nuclear power plants or
Right.
some hydro plants or something.
Right.
You need it like that. Petroleum is the way of the future. You know what I mean? Is the way of the world, Salakia. That's why all them nature nuts is all into what? Solar and wind and shit. Because they're trying to find alternative energy.
Right.
But oil is commerce and oil is the way of the world.
Right.
That shit ain't going nowhere. 2nd Ezra 9:1. Somebody, go ahead.
2nd Ezra 9:1. Then shall they be in pitiful case.
Hold on. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1.
Sorry.
No sweat. No sweat.
The book that you made a little bit, sir.
Yeah, please. There's an extra apocrypha if you need to read it too. No? You could grab the apocrypha for the brother over there too. Right?
2nd Ezra 9:1.
Uh-huh.
He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Now listen, this is what you have to understand. Anybody asking you these questions, what should we do now?
Right.
You know what I mean? Brothers seeing their family members calling them, their friends gonna call them. Your woman might be like, what, she gonna be extra careful now. You go into the store, she might, be like, don't want you to go.
Right.
This is your answer for them, man. This is it. Brothers is, out their mind right now in rage, wanting revenge, and knowing there's no justice. Like the reason that there have been times in the past where brothers have attacked cops as a reaction for these shootings is the white man's fault. Like everybody say how we hypersensitive and hyper racist about blaming the white man for everything.
Right.
But it's your fault the whole term pig exists.
Right.
It's your fault the whole term give a piggy wings exists. Your lack of justice is endangering these cops' lives.
Right.
You said not all cops are bad.
Right.
Well, protect the good ones then and put the bad ones behind bars.
Right.
Then maybe some young misguided man may not give a piggy wings. It's your fault. It's not our fault. It's yours. It's yours. You understand? So now you have a brother who on the verge, a sister who on the verge, they're vexed, they're fed up, frustrated. Right now, they're driving around looking for the weed man to get high because this thing was so traumatic to watch her. It was very traumatic. And this was a brother, he was not old brother, he was young. He was an older brother. He could have been somebody's father. Bigger brother, uncle. Like looking at him, brother, hearing his voice, it's going to remind you of somebody you know.
Right.
And to see him go like that is going to hurt. It's traumatizing.
Right.
And we don't learn to live with trauma, which is the biggest atrocity in the world. And in the kingdom, these devils, I promise you, brother, they're going to know the sound of my horse.
Right.
I'm telling you straight up. They are going to know the sound of my horse. I'm going to ask the Lord to clone horses for me so that there's the same goddamn horse coming every time, the same steed.
Right.
And they're going to get traumatized. I want them traumatized. And I'm only going to be in all black, no studs, nothing. Not black horse, black reins, black boots. The sword going to be black. They're going to be scared of black, the shadow. What was that? El Negro. I want them traumatized. Because they done made us live with trauma. You know what trauma is? It affects you physically, it affects your heart, your breathing, how you think. It affects everything about us. It stresses you out prematurely. And they done made us live with that. You look at that brother there, the foot on his neck, his eyes open, his mouth. Oh, he died like that on the street in 2020.
Right.
You die like that on the street. You ain't kill one Chinese, so one coronavirus bearing Chinese. You ain't do that to them. One terrorist Arab. None of that.
Right.
You remember a few years ago, some Somalian Muslim went in England and cut the heart out of a security guard with a meat cleaver. They took him in alive. They took him alive, and we have to live with that shit. Brother, when you see our people suffering from these traumatic experiences, this is the answer you give them. All right? Read it again.
This is 2nd Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Look at the time, bro.
Right.
Look at the time diligently in itself.
Right.
America, while fighting COVID, has enough money to send troops down to Venezuela for oil and say how Maduro is suddenly a drug dealer.
Right.
Iran is sending, you know how far they say Iran? Look at the map. Look where Iran is.
Right.
And they send oil tankers to Venezuela.
Right.
You get the point? They send oil tankers to Venezuela, brother.
Right.
With fighter jets to guard it in case America want to pull up.
Right.
Right? Pull up then. Measure the time diligently. Earthquakes in diverse places.
Right.
Plagues, famine, pestilences. Look at the time.
Right.
Look at the time. That's what you tell a brother or sister now. Go ahead. That's what it says, measure the time diligently. Go ahead.
When it says measure the time diligently, like you just said, like people's going on, look at the time. That's
Look at the
also,
times we live in.
this could be like a precept for like when it's talking about the, you know what I'm saying, when Christ is bringing out in the end times, it should be, you know.
Yes, and that's what he's saying, measure the time. You know what measure the time is? Check the time. Look at what's going on.
Right.
You understand? Measure the time diligently. Measure it.
Right.
Measure it and see if it's adding up.
Right.
And if it is adding up, what is it adding up to?
Right.
Elections? Huh? Biden?
Right.
You ain't black if you vote for me. If Biden ain't come and say something about putting this cop on the on death row,
Right.
then what? He died the blackest way ever.
Right.
Lynched. Died like how Christ died, at the hands of the oppressor.
Right.
You understand? In front of his mother. Just like how Yahushua died. Get the point?
Right.
Read.
And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before,
Which is the same thing as just talking about Barak. When you see the signs of the times past, what he has told you before, go ahead.
verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And that's when you're going to understand that. And your Quran is not going to tell you that.
Right.
Your Book of the Dead is not going to tell you that. Your Christian preacher is not going to tell you that.
Right.
When you look at the times, you're going to realize this is the beginning at which the Most High is starting to visit this earth. He ain't fully here yet. You understand? Just think like, you go into the family reunion. Do you walk in the door first?
Nah,
You drop the kids and the wife off and you go park.
Yep.
And they start coming in. And then you show up.
Right.
You get the point? Just think that same concept. The Lord is starting to make his appearance out.
Right.
And let me tell you something. The Lord, listen, his tribe is Judah. You know what that means?
He's gonna show out later.
He say that again to class. He go what?
He gonna show out.
He gonna show out.
Right.
He is good. Lights, camera, you ready?
Right.
You ready? Showtime.
Right.
That horn gonna blare out. That sky gonna fill up with something horrible. It's going to be an epic show, brother.
That's right.
I hope somebody recorded it in 4K, 10K. I hope they got 10K in the kingdom.
That's right.
Somebody recorded it. Barack, you make sure you record it. You can take pictures to it. Them good ass pictures you can take. When them chariots appear in the sky, brother, it's going to be a sight.
Right.
But he's beginning the show right now. Right now, this is the opening act.
Right.
This is the warm-up. This is not even the warm-up, Salaka. This is the rehearsal. The show is tomorrow. Right now, we're doing sound check.
Right.
COVID, 1, 2, 1, 2, COVID.
Right.
Can I get locust, 1, 2, locust, turn it down. Locust, 1, 2, locust, 1, 2.
Right.
Earthquake. All right. Testing 1, 2, COVID.
Right.
COVID, all right. All right. All right, people.
Right.
We got a show tomorrow. This is the time when the Lord is beginning to visit you.
Right.
It's coming on. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Verse 4.
Don't say the verse. Just keep reading.
Read
Read verse 3 again.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproar of the people in the world, then shall thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Now this is Ezra, sir,
Right.
before Yahweh shall mount. Prophesying the end of the world, the
Right.
same way Yahweh shall prophesy. You get the point?
Come.
Earthquakes and uproars of the people of the world.
Right.
You know what that is? Uproars of the people of the world is not us breaking a cop car for murder.
Awesome.
Uproars is what's going on in Venezuela. It's
Right.
what's going on in the Middle East. You get the point?
Come.
It's what seems like going to happen here. You get the point? When the people is turning against the government.
Right.
You know, and coming out in mass.
Right.
Mass. Remember Egypt a few years ago? With the Arab Spring, with the Muslim Brotherhood? That's uproars of the people. Right? Go ahead.
For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
That's so cool. Everything in the earth has a beginning and an end.
Right.
And the end is being made manifest right now.
Right.
America, you are at your end.
Right.
That's right.
You are at your end, America. I do like on TV. Which camera am I?
Right.
Red light. You are at your end, America. You are the end.
Right.
You are the end. Just now, the piggy gonna say, that's all, folks.
Right.
Just now.
Right.
You at your end. You understand? Go ahead.
Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs.
Read it again.
Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in efforts and signs.
What does that say? Break that down for me, please.
So, like, can you read one more time, sir? Look, sir. I'm about to get this.
Ask if you want coffee. No, I can't refuse my coffee.
I don't want the coffee, sir.
Come on, Arawadia.
Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs.
What's it saying?
Meaning things that start off in plain beginnings, meaning things that seem small, but they build up to something great.
Yeah, you kind of dumb that domino, because God damn. Go ahead. You was gonna say the same thing?
Yeah, you just need to say like the small things, but just like something that it don't seem like it's nothing. It don't seem like they're going over there for the oil. It don't seem like a war is kicking off.
I'm gonna give you something better. That brother on the mic in Minnesota, don't worry about him. Worry about the people breaking the cup windows.
Right.
Worry about the people who burning the stores down. Stop them. Don't stop Kodash. He's just a crazy nut out there. Who he think he is? Che Guevara with them shades and the beret.
Right.
You know, with soldiers all around. Who he think he is? Who that nigga think he is? Making white people kiss his boots?
Right.
Don't worry about him. Save the writing.
Yep.
Things that have a humble beginning that don't look like they're going to amount to nothing. Right? Read again.
Come. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings.
We have plain beginnings, right? With the foolishness of preaching. That's what we do.
That's right.
We get up there and speak and prophesy. We sit down here and teach classes 6-7 days a week and prophesy and make tapes and make clips and editorials and documentaries. Humble beginnings, like nothing.
Right.
You understand? We ain't flashy, and we are kind of flashy. We are kind of fly. But relatively, we ain't, they're looking at us like, well, how is that going to get us out of captivity? We ain't got no guns. What are you going to do? Right? Keep going.
And have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs.
There are plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works. Like what we do is wonders and power. How did they do that?
Right.
How did they turn these brothers who would go be in a revolving door in the prisons into priests and prophets of the Lord?
Right.
You understand? How did they do that? How did they take these brothers who would be high and puffed up in Esau society and not give a damn about black people and bring them down low? The scriptures say, mind not high things, but condescend to your brothers of low estate.
That's right.
Like, how does that even happen? How does that even happen, brother? How does that even, take place? Where some sister who done murdered babies and abortion in the Christian church comes in here and has a family and has the confidence to even make more babies.
Right.
How does that even happen? It's wonders. It's wonders and what do they say? Wonders and what? And powerful works.
Right.
Some young brother who used to run the streets in St. Louis get 13,000 pounds of food.
Right.
You know how much gorillas he could feed with that shit? 13,000 pounds of food up.
Sir.
That's, brother, I don't know if y'all saw it. An 18-wheeler pulled up and emptied the down back of the damn truck.
Yep.
Top to bottom, back to front with food to feed people who nobody gives a damn about.
Right.
That's powerful works, sir. That's powerful works, brother. And that's what we doing in here. And by these same works, your slave master is going to be our slave.
That's right.
That same slave master you think is powerful and mighty right now, and nothing can touch him. Pretty soon, he's going to be whipped and walked like a dog and told to go pick cotton with boils on his back from the sun.
Right.
Through them same works. Go ahead.
And
Bakash is laughing. Bakash is like, Bakash didn't do this thing here. Go ahead. And you deserve it, brother. Go ahead. Everybody deserves it. Go ahead. And endings in effects and signs. The endings of this is effect and signs, brother. And that's what you're seeing now.
Right.
The prophecies that everything that's being said is coming to pass.
Right.
Let loose all the plagues.
That's right.
Let them know that the Lord has done it.
That's right.
And they're going to understand it now. Now they're going to understand it. Listen, they're provoking the Lord to do something else. Watch and see something. Keep reading.
And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed.
Go ahead.
Shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
You understand?
Right.
That's how you get away from what happened to that brother. You ought to come in here and get in these powerful works. Make yourself useful to the Lord.
Right.
Make yourself useful to the Lord so now he can kill those who try to kill you.
Right.
You get the point? Make yourself matter to the Lord. The Lord wants to kill for you.
Right.
He wants to put them to death for you. The only way you are going to avoid what's happened to that brother ever in the future of your life is to get in the Israelite school of UPK.
That's right.
That's it. That's the end all and be all. No amount of burnt out Rite Aids or broken police cars is going to change your future.
Right.
It's going to make you feel good for a time, and I understand it. I don't condone it. I pray every brother does not go do it. I'm not going to go stop you though, because I understand what you feel. Understand it, and you don't have what I have yet. You don't have guidance and tutelage and a brotherhood and something to live for. Right. You don't know your life is valuable. Right. So you'll throw your life away for a Rite Aid broken window. Think about it. For a Rite Aid broken window, you're going to throw your life away. The judge is not going to understand or even pretend to try to understand your pain from seeing your brother die.
Right.
That's not a defense. When my brother died, so you burned the store down. They're not gonna take that, but I do. I understand it. We could build another store. I'll never ever, condemn you for that thing. I would tell you don't do it because there's one end for it. But what I would tell you is come in here and give your life purpose, man.
That's right.
Give your rage purpose. Don't think we don't have rage in here. We have it full out,
That's
left, right, center.
That's right.
We have that rage in here.
That's right.
But discipline is how that rage is tempered. You come in here and get that rage tempered, and you could be useful for the Lord. Your rage is going to let you travel far and wide and blaze on these devils out.
That's right.
Your rage is going to make some devil come put a camera in your face, and you are going to say to him, the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Eventually, the Lord going to give you slaves, and you're going to be able to exercise rage on them.
Right.
And it's going to be glorious. It's going to be right.
Come on, God.
It's going to be right. My heart goes out to that brother's family and everybody who's suffering traumatic pain right now. It's going to be a hard one. I told you, I couldn't watch the whole tape. I'm telling you straight up and down. I think I had no fill. I watched that Michael Brown. I watched Eric Garner, the Sandra Bland thing. The other one, Jaquan McDonald in Chicago. Brother, they shot him and he twirled back and fell on the floor and got lit up still.
Yep.
Watch that thing. To me, Rice, come on, man. How much more we going to have to take? But you best believe, brother, the minute Bowser say the streets is open, I will be out there giving them absolute hell, brother. Absolute hell. They're going to listen, make up a lie to send them Israelites back because we can't take it. You get the point? We're going to be out there giving them absolute hell. That time is coming now. I think she said Friday they're going to open. I sent her a text the other day. So listen, open this thing up and you'll see it as we come into class. You get the point? I think they say Friday they're going to open up most of DC, which means Saturday, Chinatown's going to be on fire.
Right.
If you see smoke coming down from 7th and H, don't call 911. Get your camera and come on down.
Right.
All right, with that passing class over the priest and Officer Bukwasha.
All right.
Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and the Commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10. Means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashera. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests. Not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation is the Lord's 51st annual Passover, which is postponed. Keep in contact with your camp leaders to get all updates about this upcoming event. Would you like to say anything on that, sir?
No, that's for the next feast day.
Okay.
No, that's pretty much it. Just keep in contact. But the next one is Feast of First Fruits. I believe it's June the 5th, which is next Friday. Right in DC, we more than likely gonna be heading up to Baltimore, DC, Maryland, Virginia. You'll converge on that school in Baltimore, I.S.U.P.K. Baltimore, Eastern Avenue. You'll come down there that Friday, June the 5th, Feast of First Fruits. Everybody gonna be keeping that as normal, all right? And the rest of the calendar, the rest of the schedule is as normal. So the next high holiday, while the Passover is pending, we're gonna keep the Feast of First Fruits, all right? Which is June the 5th, next Friday at sundown. We're going to be up there in Baltimore. Y'all come on down and let's have it on.
Okay.
All right.
Remind Akim and Aquafium to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K. events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headbands, or scarf. With that, I say Amajim, which means to stand. That's yours, brother. Come on. Wapanya Hakwadam, which means turn and face the east. We are going to say the Lord's Prayer first in Hebrew. Repeat after me. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malak, Taba'ah, Ratazak, Hayah, I.S.U.P.K, Baratazak, Kawak, Hayah, Bashamayim, Ladamdanau, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalakina, Kabawafina, Kasalakina, Kabawafina, Wala'a, Tabi'ayana, Banasaya 1, Abba, How was shining out.
How was shining out.
Mayan.
Ride. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wahatapara. La'alamin. Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Men of Israel, Sar, since you may take a seat, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K, I.S.U.P.K, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Brakatah. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Brakatah.
Yazamata. Men of Israel, Sar, since please stand, we'll give one courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K, I.S.U.P.K, Barak,
Yahweh Shabbat Hashem Yahushua.
Yazamata, class dismissed.
Oh, shit. Damn, I forget something.
Let me talk. Yeah,
I'm getting ready to get loose.